Peter Luger Steakhouse is not only one of the most famous in New York, but the entire world. What if I told you there was a chain of steakhouses founded by a former Peter Luger waiter with almost the exact same food? No, not that one. We're talking about Wolfgang's Steakhouse. We're Kristin and Will, and we're on a mission to find the best food in New York. We just went to Peter Luger, so today we're gonna find out if Wolfgang's Steakhouse really is better.
We just sat down at the Park Avenue Wolfgang's, which is their original location. It's actually one of 5 in the city and 11 in the world. It is just beautiful in here. I love the tiled ceilings. Those blues against the dark woods is just so beautiful. The dimension in here is unreal. I love the mood lighting. I am so excited to eat. The other thing I wanted to mention is it is a little loud in here. I feel like the acoustics just like travel with the way the ceilings are arched. But the ambiance is amazing so far.
We were originally going to come here for dinner and split a porterhouse, which is what they and Peter Luger are most known for. But on our recent trip to Peter Luger, we found out that our favorite thing on the menu is actually their burger. Actually, it might have been the apple strudel, but we'll save that one for later. So we decided to come here for lunch and get a burger and the New York sirloin on the bone.
We just got this huge bread basket, and this roll looks familiar. I remember having something very similar at Peter Luger. There is roasted onion on top. It's kind of cold, and I think there is seasoning in the middle, but it doesn't look like very much. In general, it does seem like a little bit on the drier side, but let's try it. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter. The butter is also kind of cold. Yeah, see, it's a little crumbly. Like when I put the butter on, you can kind of see it breaking a little bit, but let's try it. It's got lots of great onion flavor, and I love the poppy seeds, but it is pretty dry. We just got our food. The steak came sizzling. It is on a very hot plate. It looks medium rare, maybe even a little bit undercooked, just because it's on this very hot plate, so they try to account for it cooking while it sits, very similar to Peter Luger. The plate also looks very seasoned, which is gonna be really nice, and I like that we can kind of cook it a little longer on the plate if we want it a little bit more well done. Let's give it a try. Wow, the outside edges are so nice and crispy, so flavorful, nice and crunchy. That char is so even on the top of the steak. It's not as even on the bottom. There's really not much of a char at all, but the top is perfect to add the crunch that it needs. It also seems more flavorful than Peter Luger, if I could remember correctly. And I love how there's this butter here and a little bit of extra seasoning on the plate. So good. The flavor of the char too is so nice. Like you can taste the garlic and salt and pepper in it, and it's a little bit smoky, but the smokiness isn't overpowering. It's more of like the seasonings that are in it that really makes this amazing. All right, let's try it with the steak sauce now. I wonder how this is gonna compare to Benjamin and Peter Luger. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. It has like a tomato, almost ketchup base. I could taste the horseradish in there to give it like a little bit of spice. It gives me like cocktail sauce vibes. It's good, but I wouldn't want to eat all the steak with it. Okay, next let's try the cream spinach. Okay. Definitely reminds me of Peter Luger. It's like a nice in-between where you can taste the chicken broth stock, but it also is a little bit creamy. It seems like there's actually cream in it, and then there's that creaminess from the cream spinach itself. I also like how it's very leafy. I could taste the flavor of the spinach, but it's just like complemented so well with the chicken stock, the cream, the salt, pepper, garlic. Delicious. Last but not least, let's dig into this burger. We just had one at Peter Luger, and it was one of the best we ever had, so we had to try one here as well. It actually wasn't on the menu, but they were able to make one for us. We're not sure how much it is though, or what it's supposed to come with, but the bun is so nice and soft. It's lightly toasted. You could see grill lines on the top and bottom. There's also these streaks of red in the bun. Not sure what that is, but it's a nice medium rare. There's cheese on it. Let's give it a try. The meat is so savory and has so much flavor. That is really, really good. It also comes with loads of onion rings and fries. Wow. An onion ring on this would probably be amazing. Let's try it. Wow. That is so good. Now let's try the fries. They're so nice and thick, like they almost seem homemade. Very potatoey, lightly fried. They're not too salty. They just taste like very fresh. And you can even see the potato skin on them, so wouldn't be surprised if they make them here. Really good.
Oh, that's so good. There's so much flavor in that. And it's not just the butter either. It tastes like the steak has a lot of flavor on its own. All right, let's try this burger. Wow, that is so different. I would say I probably prefer the burger better at Peter Luger, but I think I prefer the steak better here so far. But, I mean, everything is delicious.
Yeah, I would agree. I think I like the steak better here too. Wow. So flavorful. Oh my goodness.
Goes to show how charred that thing is.
I know, it's very charred. It's all over my hands.
I mean, on the bone side, it like actually looks almost like burnt, but the steak did not taste burnt.
No, it doesn't taste burnt. It just has a nice smoky char.
There's the damage.
It's also dirty over here too.
You managed to get your napkin dirty on both sides.
The waiter was so nice about it though. He's like, as long as you enjoyed the food, that's all that matters. And then he put this napkin over the table because we made a big mess on the table. And he goes, nothing happened, and put the napkin over it. These people could not be nicer. We love the apple strudel at Peter Luger, so we had to try it here as well. All desserts come with their homemade schlag. It looks so thick and creamy. I also smell the apple in this. It feels nice and warm, but the plate is cold, which is kind of interesting. All right, let me get some schlag. I have a nice big piece of the apple strudel.
Good sightline. Good sightline. And they all have signs around. Yeah, like handwritten cartoons.
Oh no.
Like crayons.
That's not a good sign.
Okay, it's good, but it doesn't taste that fresh. It's also not that warm. The apples are kind of chewy. It's got really great flavor. I love the powdered sugar on top. And the top layer of strudel is nice and crunchy. The schlag is very thick, almost a little too thick if I'm being honest. It also kind of has a little bit of a chemically aftertaste. I know that they say they make it homemade, but there's just something about it that doesn't really taste homemade to me.
I have not tried this yet, but based on Kristin's reaction, I'm disappointed already. I hope it's not that bad, because the schlag and apple strudel at Peter Luger were to die for.
That's the one thing you decide is going to work.
I was really looking forward to this, and it's kind of funny that the two things we loved at Peter Luger, the burger and the dessert, are probably still the two things that I think Wolfgang's just doesn't come close to. It's good. I think it has a good flavor, but the consistency also like does not seem very fresh. Definitely not as good as that one at Peter Luger. Well, to be honest, I kind of have mixed thoughts on Wolfgang's. First of all, the steak was outstanding, even better than Peter Luger, one of the best we've ever had. The service was exceptional. Our waiter, Nick, was probably one of our favorite waiters we've had. He was so happy, so friendly. What a 180 from Peter Luger. Oh my gosh, complete polar opposites. But some of the things we had were a little disappointing. The bread was definitely not fresh, and the schlag and strudel was, I was looking so forward to that, and it really wasn't anywhere near as good as Peter Luger. The burger was excellent, maybe slightly worse than Peter Luger, but still really good. But that steak is worth it alone to come here. It was so, so good. Well, let us know if you've ever been to Wolfgang's and where you'd like to see us try next. Make sure to subscribe if you like this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.